So did you know that you can make bread with just self-rising flour, milk, and a warm oven? We're gonna do it right now. First, obviously, you preheat your oven to 350. You're gonna need a bowl. We're gonna want 2 cups of flour. And you're going to want 1.25 cups of milk. Whole milk. About 1.25 cups. Okay. Now, a spoon. It is going to be a little lumpy, but we're going to try to get as much of that out of there as we can. Now, I like a little bit of cinnamon and sugar in my bread. I like coffee cake and things like that. So we're not just making a plain loaf, we're actually making a breakfast loaf. Or a dessert loaf, I guess, depending on how you prefer. Alright, we're starting to get smoother. It's a lot better. Okay. Now, I'm gonna want some cinnamon. And some sugar. If I can just find our trusty handy dandy tablespoon. There it is. Ha-ha! I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Always at least a 2-to-1 ratio when it comes to cinnamon and sugar. Cinnamon is pretty potent stuff, obviously. I'm sure nobody knows that, because nobody here has had cinnamon before, right? Yeah. And then we're gonna stir it, and stir it, and stir it, and stir it. I gotta put you down for a minute, because this is a 2-hand job. Oh, it's already smelling so good. I can already... The powder from the cinnamon and the sugar kind of poofed into the air. And I can smell it and taste it, and oh my goodness, it's so good. Alright. I have a non-stick bread pan. So I will not be using any kind of baker's paper or oil. And yes, this is a bit of a cakey bread, but that is intentional. As I've said, it is intended to be more of a coffee bread, a breakfast or dessert bread. And the great thing about that is, the great thing about it not having yeast and using flour and baking powder instead is we don't have to wait for it to rise. We can simply mix it together very well and put it into our preheated oven. Oh, look at that. And then, our oven is preheated to 350. Our bread is ready to be put in the oven. And we're going to have it in there for about 40 minutes. Now, if it does start to get too brown on top, you can always cover it with some foil. Let's set our timer. Whoops. Oh my goodness. So clumsy today. And here in 40 minutes, we should have a nice loaf of cinnamon bread. Alright. It's about time. 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Alright, 20 seconds left. We can go ahead and pull it. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to take a butter knife because we want to make sure it's done all the way in the center. We're going to... Oh yeah, that's a done loaf of bread. Now, we're going to take a little bit of butter. And we're going to make Paula Deen proud. Because we're going to take some of this butter and take a little more of this butter. Oh yes. Give it a good buttery glaze. Okay. Now, we're going to let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes and take it out of the pan. And if you watch, you can actually see the bubbles from the butter glaze pop as the bread cools, as it releases heat. This is going to be so good, y'all. It's honestly very difficult for me to not cut into it right now and try a bite right now. I'm very impatient, but we have 5 minutes, and it is very important to allow it the proper cooling time. So, we're going to step away for a moment. Alright, time's up. Are we ready? Let's flip our bread. Oh yeah. I'm going to butter the bottom too. Look at that, guys. That's a beautiful loaf of simply made bread right there. Let's get this butter on here. And I do use real butter. I'm not a big fan of margarine. It's just, personally I feel that margarine it does not have as quality taste, and I find it to be a little worse for you, honestly. And yeah, let's cut into this bad boy. Look at that. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's the stuff right there.